Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome to the music business class. So today we're looking at the very first step, which is steps to a successful music career. So that's the very first foundation. I want to share with you over the next 1 hour the steps to take to be very certain that yes, there's a bright future for you in music. The number one step that guarantees success in pursuing a career in music the number one step that guarantees success in pursuing a career in music, be it music performance, music production, or music management, in any of these career paths, number one thing that guarantees success is making the right career choice. There are at least 100 career options in music. It's interesting to realize that a vast majority of young people want to be on the stage. They want to be the one holding the microphone or holding the guitar and shining, going around the world, giving interviews, and having that famous celebrity status. When people think about careers in music, that's what comes to mind. Becoming big and famous and selling millions of records. That is only one career option out of the hundreds of career paths in music. So your success lies in being very honest with yourself. What part of this career path, what part of the music industry should I choose? So that's the first thing you want to correct in this class. Some of you here, although you can sing, you can play an instrument, you are not meant, you do not have the other requirements to be a successful performer or performing recording artist. You will do better with all of those skills, singing, playing instruments, arranging. You will do better as a music director. You direct a band, you help to arrange music. Before they go into the studio, you work out what this person will play, what that person will play, and you get equally well paid. The fame might not be as big as being the performing artist, the one with the face on every poster in town. You might not be that famous, but you'll be equally successful. The choice of the career path to follow in music, I think I would say, was the most important choice I made. My interest in music started in learning to play the piano as an instrumentalist, and then I added one more instrument and another one over time. I added the violin, the trumpet, the euphonium, and a couple of other instruments, clarinet, like that, up to 6-7 instruments over time. One instrument after the other. And one would have concluded that looking at that interest and that trajectory, I will end up on the stage performing these instruments. But beyond my ability to play instruments or make music, I had other skills that if I bring to the table, I would excel above other people. So I discovered these two special skills. One is I love the concept of business. entrepreneurship, selling, convincing people to buy what I have to sell, trading, connecting buyer to seller, anything that has to do with business, I'm equally very passionate about it. I can sell. That was inbuilt from childhood because I'm son of a petty trader who will trade onions today, and tomorrow she will trade bread, and the other day to be clothes, the other day to be fish. I grew up being son of that kind of person, and I learned how to sell from childhood. So I'm a business person and I love the concept of business. Whether I'm famous or not, I don't care. That's a very strong skill set. Second skill set, I realized that I really do love to teach. When I finished secondary school and I needed a job, I had several options. The first job I picked up was as a teacher. And even while I was still pursuing an admission in university, as someone who wanted to be an engineer, I wanted to be an electronics engineer. I realized that all I was doing while waiting for that time to come was teaching, and I was enjoying it. So I started teaching from nursery 2, primary 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and like that. So I put music aside. Not like I'm not passionate about music, but I looked at other areas that I'm quite good, that I'll probably compete more favorably than other people. An educator, and a salesman, a business person. So eventually, I decided I am going to be a music educator and a music businessman. Am I making sense? And over 20 years down the line today, I have no single regret going that path. So even though I had the basic requirements to succeed as a performer, as a musician, I lack the personality of a flamboyant, how do you put it, of an artist that will be everywhere, making music, doing music, performing music. So I looked at my other weaknesses. I'm a very private person. And I do not like anything that seems like politics, begging people to please play my music, or trying to lobby for a favor in the industry. I love to dress very simple, and I don't like so much attention. I just want you to leave me alone. Like, I do not want to be the center of attraction anywhere. I don't want to get anywhere and they say, ladies and gentlemen, let's stand up for this person, or then 100 TV, radio people are interviewing me. I hate that kind of lifestyle. So it's been very difficult for me to succeed as a performing artist, having that kind of lifestyle that wants to just be reserved, private, and behind the scenes. So you see, I made the choice, despite the fact that I have these musical skills, I made the choice to remain in music, but then be a music business person and a music educator. What then is my encouragement to you? Before you narrow it down to say, I must be a producer, I must own a record label, or I must be a performing artist, you have to really sketch your personality type, your weaknesses, your strengths. So I mentioned by saying, I have passion for entrepreneurship, I have passion for teaching. Aside music, who are you? What else can you do? What other gifts do you have? What other talents do you have? highlight them. If you bring this into your music pursuit, would this give you an edge over an average person doing the same thing? Also look for your strengths. Some of you here are, extroverts. You are outgoing. When people gather in front of you with microphone to interview you, that is your dream come true. That's like the best time of your life. You just enjoy the attention. Then you can be on the stage. If all of your dreams is you seeing yourself on the stage, touring the world and performing, and doing all the PR, being in the news today, being in the news tomorrow, people know what you've eaten this morning, they know everything about you. You don't mind, you enjoy the attention. Then the stage, you're probably born to be on the stage. So meaning, the first step to making the right career choice is to have a honest review of you as a person. There are plenty dreams that you will catch in the morning, and the evening by going to bed you let it go. Am I making sense? You go out in the morning, something will inspire your heart, and you're like, I want to pursue this, I want to go in this line. Before going to bed in the night, sometimes you have to let it go completely and forget about it. There have been times that I'll go somewhere or see something and I'll get an inspiration to go into a business or start an idea. On a second thought, I would realize that this is not me. All that this opportunity offers is an opportunity to make money. I do not want to get involved in anything in my life that all that this thing can offer me is the money. I want to enjoy the process. I want to be happy doing it. I want to be proud doing it. So, you have to put yourself first. The true you. There is a you now that you think it is you, and that you is the version of you that social media and social influence and people's expectation has formed in your mind that this is who you are. And you are chasing that dream. You're working so hard to be that image you have in your mind. But in reality, it will not give you happiness. On your first day, you realize you're beginning to achieve that dream. You will feel a sharp disconnect between who you truly are and that thing you are becoming. You realize you're becoming this dream to meet social expectation. You're becoming this dream to fulfill people's dream of you. To be socially relevant, to prove a point to people, and that's a bad way to live your life. The best way to live your life is you're going to bed in the night, but you can't wait to wake up in the morning and do what you love to do and be who you want to be. Sometimes the path to your fulfillment as a creative person is not in the title of your career path. It's not in how famous you will be pursuing that thing. It's not even in how much respect, how much money is tied to doing that thing. It is the fulfillment to do it. It is the willingness to do it over and over again, even when you fail. A lot of things you're dreaming about in your heart now, when you try it for the first time, it will fail. The second time, it will fail. The only reason you will try it third and fourth time is because you are born for that thing. You really love to do it. If your motivation is to impress people, is to make a statement, after failing the first time, you're going to let go. You won't find the motivation to pick it up again. So what's my point? Choosing a career in any creative field should be a decision from a genuine, honest, thorough reflection of who you are and who you genuinely want to be for yourself. When I chose I wanted to be a music educator, it was the least, and I'm sure maybe it's about still the least respected career path in the music industry. You meet somebody today, say, hi, my name is so and so, I'm a music teacher. You would almost like, and so, what else do you do? It's like, it's not enough. Imagine pursuing a career for 20 years and the look you get from people every time you introduce yourself is that look of, and so what else do you do? Or like you're not enough, or you're not doing well enough. Or that maybe you chose that path because you're not brilliant, or you can't do so well in every other aspect of your life. But you should care less. What should matter to you as a music teacher, for instance now, is that preparing for this class, I'm excited about it. I took my time to do this slide. I'm looking forward to come deliver this class. And where I am this last year is not where I am now. And where I will be this time next year, it's not where I am at the moment. That's what matters. A lot of people will pursue the wrong career path for them for more than 10 years before taking a U-turn. Because they wanted to make a point. I read a story of a South African musician who kidnapped people, maybe about 20 or more people, locked them in a place, and forced them to listen to his new EP 36 times. Like, I must blow whatever it takes. People are buying followers to grow their Instagram accounts. People are buying airplay. Why do you have to go that route? When you're pursuing your career in that direction, then you're missing the entire essence. Why should you be a performing recording artist? Of all the reasons in the world, you should be a performing and recording artist. It should simply be because you were born to do this. You have the gift in you and you want to share the gift with the world, regardless of what happens along the journey. This is what you want to be. Even when you're performing to an audience of 5, you do it like your life belongs on it. Depends on it. There's no difference in the passion when you have an audience of 1 and when you have an audience of 1,000. So, make the right choice based on you, nothing more. You were not born to pursue wealth. You were not born to make a choice of a career path that has the most money, the most prospect. No. You were born to fulfill destiny. You were born to actualize the gift deposited in you. You were born to be the best at what you're designed for. If you're trying anything and you're forcing it, it's becoming too hard. It's not coming naturally. You're trying to write your own song. 2-3 years later, your song still sounds like a complete beginner. You have to beg the radio station to play the music. You beg the DJ to play it, and they play it once the following day or the following week. You have to bribe them again to play the music. Even your own family members, you're having a party, and the DJ can't play your music. Your own family members are not playing your music. The music is not opening doors for you. People are not giving you genuine feedback. The music is not opening door for you. You're not growing doing it. Sometimes 1 month you're not done writing one song. Please. You have to be honest. Don't waste your youthful years. You have to evolve out of that. You don't have to leave music, but you can pick another career option that you will be able to do excellently, and that will be able to make way for you. Most young people hoping to land a career in music often fantasize only around the world of music performance, recording, traveling, touring, and all of that. But there are a lot career options. And one lie that people will tell you is that one career path pays more than the other. If you choose a career in IT, you will be more successful than the person who chooses to be a teacher. So you find students going to school today to study a course that for the next 5 years they are struggling to complete. They are struggling because this career path has the most prospect. And they manage to graduate, get a job, and every day they are going to work in that career path. There's a big burden. You're praying every night for the following day not to come, just so that you can avoid work. You're praying for flood and thunder so that work can be cancelled that day. No. You want me to tell you the secret? The amount of money you make doing what you do is not tied to the category of work or the classification or the industry you belong to. It is tied to the uniqueness you bring to that job. It is tied to how much you're willing to develop yourself. It is tied to how much people can trust you to buy now and buy again from you, and buy again and buy again from you. It is tied to how much people can even bring you in. I met you through music production, but I see a wonderful human being in you, and I begin to tell you about other businesses, and you make a lot of money because I trust you to bring you in and say, are you able to help us do this? We're doing this and this and this. We'd like to bring you on board. And you, in one single deal that people are bringing to your table, you're making times 10 of what you make in a year, because they have now trusted you beyond the career path where they met you. So I want you to drop off right away any limitation you have in your mind about, oh, I'm choosing this. They say music production is like this, and music, this one is like this. I can't be a DJ because really I have to. All of those limitations, drop it off and choose what you truly want to do, because how far you go in your career path is not determined by the career path itself. It is determined by how much limitation you place on how you deliver your work. So what are, for example, the career options in music? Being a performer, an instrumentalist, a producer, record label, and all the departments in it, A&R, a DJ, a music promoter, an event organizer. Do you know that if you have 3 festivals you organize annually, you don't have to work again for the rest of the year? Let's say one in February, the other one on say June or May, and the last one in December. You do these 3 major events. You don't have to work for the rest of the year. You have 3 successful festivals that you build over the next 10 years. And in each festival, you can gather minimum of 5,000 people who buy tickets as well as sponsorship. Do you know you do not need any other job? People would ask you what you do, and you say you are a festival organizer. And you have 3 festivals, 1, 2, 3, and you're done. If you're consistent in organizing that festival, at the point you are at the 20th year of your festival, you will be consulting for nations who want to do similar festivals. And you would grow from doing it in one territory and start spreading elsewhere to do it. So it's about how much innovation, how much commitment, dedication you bring to what you do, and consistency. So take Tenstrings for instance. This school was started February 2007. By February 2025, that will be 18 solid years. And in 18 years, regardless of all of the turbulence and ups and downs, we have remained on ground. 18 solid years. You're not letting go. You're not quitting. There are plenty days you wake up and you don't feel like doing anything. So that's where the wealth is in showbiz. Consistency, commitment, nurturing your dream on a daily basis. Continue to just grow it. Make sure you don't go to bed today without accomplishing just a little more step ahead of where you were yesterday. That's it. Watch where you'll be in 5 years. You'll be amazed. So pick whatever you are happy to do and bring in your best game into it. So, number 2, after making the right choice, making the right career choice, the next step would be career development. A lot of people skip this phase. A journey of 1 year can be 10 years if you fail to get the right training, the right development, the right growth, the right mentorship, the right knowledge. The right relationships, the right connections. So when you make up your mind, I want to go this career path, the first thing you want to do is to grow in that area. What are the things you need to grow? Knowledge, which you've got right. You're in a school today to learn. Knowledge about how things work. Technical knowledge. If you want to be a producer, for instance, you're learning your software, you're learning production, you're learning mixing and mastering, and you're taking it to a higher level. You're asking yourself, for instance, if you're in Nigeria, a producer in Nigeria, you are like, okay, Nigerian music is doing fine now, and the music is coming out great, but how can it be better? What can I bring to mixing and mastering in Nigeria that will set me out? What gap can I fill in the production space in Nigeria? So you're learning to do that thing, but you're also learning to stand out. When I decided to start Tenstrings almost 18 years ago, the success of Tenstrings today is not because we started just another music school. It was because we said, let's start a music school that focuses on the aspiration of the students, not our own knowledge. Not the knowledge we have predetermined to say, oh, if you want to learn music, this is how it should be. This is the music of education. Some music from Italy, some from Spain, some from 500 years ago that students have zero connections with. Would have just been another music school. But we said we wanted to stand out by bringing every knowledge, all of the knowledge and skills we have in the regular music education world to a contemporary space, to a space where the education is smoothly connected to where that student wants to be. Relevant knowledge. We started music business education, the music business course in the music school in Nigeria. Until date, we are still the music school with the highest number of annual shows in Africa. We put our students on the stage more than any other music school in Africa. That's what sets us apart. So you must understand that your success in the game is not about you becoming another producer. It's solving a problem that's existing in the industry that nobody is really paying attention to. Carving a niche out that stands you out. Don't tell me every problem has been solved. That's not true. If you still listen to Nigerian mix today, majority of them have problems. There are still issues about the mixing. There are some sound that we still don't use till now. A lot of things can be done. So your success lies in developing yourself, becoming so good that you stand out from the crowd. So you have to develop yourself, gather the skills. When you gather the skills, what else? In the area of career development, you want to gather the experience and mentorship. Find 6 months to 1 year to understudy someone or be in a company and work as an intern. Humble yourself. Intern, a mentee. You're learning from somebody doing what you're doing or somebody achieving the results that you want to achieve. And you're extremely lucky because today somebody can even be your mentor and not be in the same country with you because of the internet and digital social connections. You can watch somebody from afar. If somebody, for instance, is doing a weekly podcast about their career and what they do, you'll be learning a lot from that person without even having a one-to-one connection with them. And some of them, if you type your question on their YouTube podcast, they will reply, they will respond to you. So you can pick whoever right now and understudy them globally. Because skills are best caught than taught. You can catch somebody doing something and internalize it better than being in a classroom. So after gathering all the knowledge and skills, you need industry placement. And then you're going to need industry relationships. Connecting with people that matter, people that can help your career. Wherever they are, you're connecting with them. You're throwing away your shyness and walking up to them and sending them email and sending them DMs, asking questions, building relationships, offering to help them, sending them suggestions about what you can do or how they can grow their brand. Relationships are best built that way. When I feel that I can benefit from you, I open the door. A lot of you think that you have nothing to offer somebody you look up to. When you approach them that way, they look at you like another parasite, like someone else who just wants to disturb. However big or successful the person you look up to is, when you want to contact them from the point of value. What you can add to them, how they can benefit from you, and then in turn what you want from them. There is no point asking for a relationship that will be one-sided. Even if you're speaking to the president of the country or the biggest philanthropist in the world, you can't open the door to a very strong relationship when they feel that you just want to take from them. That's to build value in yourself. You can say, oh, I notice a lot of young people in Lagos, Nigeria really love your music, but we don't have a Nigerian fan base. I'm starting a TikTok account to have a forum, to have a platform where your fans can all connect. And you have built it to like 1,000. Everything that artist is posting, you're resharing it with their fans and promoting their work. By the time you send a one paragraph message to them and say, I really admire your work and your person, I've been following you for a while, and this is what I've been doing to promote your music and brand in my city. And they check it out. You are placed in a different class compared to that same young person who is begging to be featured on their page, or is asking them for money, or asking them for a number. Think of the value you can add to people. And build strong industry connects. I'll give you an example. There are a lot of Nigerian politicians and leaders that in this country, when you try so much to reach them, it's extremely difficult. 1 year you're still trying to book an appointment. If you both meet in America in one event, and you walk up to him, for instance, he won't just give you his office phone number, he will give you his personal phone number. In fact, if need be, he will give you his home address. Why the switch? It's the same you lobbying to get the contact details in Nigeria. What is the switch? Where he met you has become almost an equalizer. A perception of value. So in the creative industry, you want to create, even before you become really, really valuable, you want to create a perception of what? Value. Perception of what? Value. Sometimes someone has not spoken a word to you. Somebody has not introduced themselves. All that you're seeing is just a photo that they are display picture. And you can see class. You can see grace. You can see some level of hype, or whatever you want to call it. It's a door opener. Until you build real value and become really successful, you must create the perception of value. What are you sharing on your page at the moment? Apart from comedy, funny memes. Authentically, what are you sharing? If you send me a friend request and I see that we have 5 mutual friends, and I check those mutual friends, and I see there are 5 of my friends that are high value people, it's an instant acceptance. You're not at their level, but I'm able to associate you with them. That's perception of value. That's how to build very strong relationships in the creative industry. So you must develop yourself. I gave about 3 aspects of career development: the knowledge acquisition, skills acquisition. What else? Mentorship, internship, industry experience, and then relationships. These are the 3 phases of career development that you should not skip. If you haven't started, start today. If you fulfill these steps, growing in the industry becomes easy for you. I always say something in my music business class. If you have to pay for every service you need in the music industry, you are a failed artist. Every radio airplay, every playlisting, every interview on the TV, every repost, everything you need in your music career, you have to pay for it. Then there's something wrong with your getting there. You probably skipped some steps, which is the career development, which consists of 3 key areas: training and knowledge and skills acquisition, industry mentorship, and relationships. You didn't go through that. What about people you were growing together in the industry who are today musicians, DJs, radio presenters, TV hosts, influencers? That means you never passed through the industry. At least there are 10 radio stations today. I can call somebody. If it's not the owner, maybe a manager, a presenter, a DJ, and like, I have a new song. Please listen to this song if you like it. Before we talk about money, if I give you money, it's in appreciating the work you're doing for me at that station. Am I making sense? If you have to pay for everything in your career, everything in your music work, then you have failed as an artist, and it's an indication that you're going to struggle for a long time. So you've made the right career choice, you're developing your career. The next step will be promotions. There are 2 types of promotions. One is organic promotion, meaning your work plus your industry relationships begin to spread, begin to open doors for you. And organically, your work finds its way to a page that has 100,000 followers, and you are having 30,000 views, 2,000 comments without spending a dime. That is the quality of your work making way for you over time. That is organic growth, organic promotion. Your work is, spreading fast because it's good, because it stands out. I usually will advise, it's when you get to that stage, you want to put money on it. It's when you get to that stage, you want to now spend some money to push the work further, which is what you might call sponsored promotion. So you have organic promotion, where people you don't know from anywhere, people you will never see in your lifetime, just come across your work and like, wow, this is quite good. And they spread it. Share it on a WhatsApp group, share it on their TikTok, without paying them. You just wake up and realize that people are tagging you on certain accounts that are quite big. You're doing the right thing. That's organic promotion. At that level, you have to rally around and then begin to have sponsored promotion. But if you've been pushing your career for the last 3 years and you can't boast of any organic traction, any sponsored promotion you're bringing on stage, you're bringing to the game, is waste of money. It's what? Waste of money. And this is the reason why a lot of you don't get your DMs responded to when you communicate to record labels, to influencers, to promoters. Like, I really need sponsorship, I really need your help, I really need money, come and support me. We do independent research. Don't forget that for every $1 I have to invest in an artist, there are like 1 million people looking for that opportunity. I am forced, not because I don't like you, I'm forced to invest it in the artist with the best promise of return on investment. So the only thing, or the most important way you can prove return on investment to me, is what you have achieved organically. It is the organic promotion that has happened for you over the last couple of months or years, without having a sponsor, without being on a record label. So before you start going about looking for money and wasting money, it is compulsory to have some level of organic traction, organic promotion, before you put money on it. One of the worst things that can happen to anybody's career is to have access to money too early in music business. The bulk of what you need to do, of what you have to learn to succeed, you should learn them organically. You make a post and you're waking up to 500 views, 50 comments. And it's shocking to you because it's just another post you've done. Do you understand that, just having some traction more than others? Then you have to ask yourself questions. What is different about this particular post? Naturally, you're going to find out why it stands out. Am I making sense? Some of the comments would even reflect what they love about it. It might be the depth of the lyrics, the guitar, chords, or how honest you are in delivering that performance, how genuine, authentic it looks. You will find out without a dime what you have that stands you out. Am I making sense? But a lot of people start off their career with capital. So somebody who probably would have posted that same video that is not a good quality video, but will now put 10,000 naira daily or $5 daily sponsorship on it. You wake up to the same amount of views, the same amount of comments, but half of them will be by bots and dishonest people, and the views will come majorly from the people that Facebook or Instagram forces the video on them. Am I making sense? They didn't choose to. So you are using money to buy fake results. So meanwhile, the ideal thing should be you make all your posts naturally, then you see some really picking up better than others, and then you put some money on it. So as a rule of thumb, never pump money into your career, even if you have that money, without establishing that you have social capital or the organic traction. Both must go side by side. Organic promotion will reflect in two ways. Number one, the number of people following you will be increasing. It might be gradually, meaning you're doing something right. Somebody new discovers, they don't just watch this, like, I want to follow, I want to subscribe so that I can continue to see this organic growth in followership. And then organic engagement. Some people, the number of their followers would keep increasing, but the number engaging with them remains the same or even declining. That's a problem. So both of them should go in the right direction, should go upwards. Engagement and followership. So what money does for you in music promotion is helping to amplify, to reinforce, to grow an organic trend, to grow the results you're already seeing, not to kickstart from ground zero. It's wrong approach. You don't know the blessing you have as an artist if you're struggling financially in the first 1 to 3 years of your career. You will learn to get your career off the ground, achieve amazing results with little or no cash. You will learn to make contents that appeal to people organically. You will take the time to go back and review your posts, your last 100 posts. Which one does better than the other one? And what did you do right? What did you do wrong? You will learn the culture of doing the right things, making the right content, making the right music that will organically push you out there. So it's not a weakness. It's not a downside that you don't have plenty money. Those years of looking for cash and struggling, you learn a lot that eventually when the money comes, you're not wasteful. Every time today, people approach me and say, why don't you guys do flyers? I can't see Tenstrings signboard here. Why don't you do radio advert? Why don't you do television advert? And I tell them, I know where our target audience is. We're not doing adverts just to, there's a difference between creating awareness and making sales. We are not an artist that just wants to be seen on every billboard to know that we exist. I don't care if you know whether we exist or not, as long as you are buying what we are selling. Am I making sense? We're not interested in publicity, we're interested in sales. So we put the money where it matters the most. But how did we get to that point today where I would say we're not going to do TV, we're not going to do radio, we're not doing all these shenanigans of posters and flyers, printing and you're sharing, because we actually did it before. Am I making sense? We've done radio, we've done TV, we've done flyers, we've done everything. And we realize that that is not how to get a student into a music school that focuses on the music industry, not the general populace. There's nobody sitting in this class today who is learning music for the hobby, just so that they can have a hobby. I don't think there's anybody here. 99% of people in this class today are here because you have something deeper for music you want to pursue it. How many of such people are you going to catch by sharing flyers? But today, I know because we did it and it failed. So we're not wasting that money again. Some people are doing that in their career today, spending so much money on radio promotion. I'm shocked. There are people who giving radio stations in Lagos 2 million naira to promote their music. I'm a salesperson. I'm a salesperson. When you're done with the 2 million naira spending, what is the impact on your streaming numbers? How much thousands of views do you now have on your YouTube after spending that 2 million naira on one radio station? Give me the 2 million naira and let me do sponsored ads for your video. I'll place a 45-second video on Instagram and Facebook. The most enticing part of your music video that you want to promote. And put 10,000 naira a day sponsorship in each place. I would beat my chest that without 2 million naira, I would give you 1 million view in 30 days. Plus other channels where I will put the link to that video and plug it. Will the radio advert give you that same view in 2024? How many of your target audience are on Cool FM or Rainbow FM or Beats FM? So, what you really need at the beginning of your career is not access to money, it's how things work in the game. So eventually when you make the money, you spend it right. So promotion has to be intentional. Promotion has to be strategic. You cannot go far in the music business without promotion. I mentioned before that I do not love personally to be out there. I don't want to be famous. I don't want to be popular. I don't want you to respect me as a star because I am famous. I don't want to be in that place. If you want to respect me because I'm a human being. You met me and I'm a good person to you. Don't tell me yes sir, because you see me on TV every day. I always feel it's not a good life. So I have never looked for personal publicity in my life. However, every business that I do, I try to separate it. I separate myself from the business. Because some of you might have my kind of personality that is very private and reserved. But don't bring that lifestyle to your career. These are two different people. In fact, you can have two separate accounts, one for yourself, private, the things you want to share with your close friends, and make the accounts private if you want. And have another account. You might still carry your name, your face, but that's strictly for business. You must demarcate between these two. But you can't go far without promotion. Some of your favorite musicians, if you know how much they spend on promotion, if you know how far they go on promotion, you will be shocked. Up to tomorrow, when Davido releases a new video, they still do YouTube sponsored for the video. YouTube ads. You will be watching a video on YouTube and then you see the video pop up. Usually you would think should be an upcoming artist. An artist that is not known. You see celebrity artists who have got hundreds of millions of views will still advertise their new video like they're just starting out. So promotion is key. You must learn about that game. And I'm happy that during the course of the music business class, we have at least 5 topics that deal with music promotion. And the final step to success in the music career is regular showcase. Some of you are running your careers in your mind. Nobody knows that you're doing anything. I'm not talking about promotion now. Even just showing it. You're producing. Can I go on your Instagram or TikTok page and find 15 seconds of your work? You must show what you're doing. 80% of all the good that will come to you in this life will come from people seeing what you're doing and wanting to buy from you, wanting to engage you, or recommending you to somebody who is going to engage you. Am I making sense? Regular showcase. So if you're a performer here, you must find the opportunity to be on stage. If there is something in you always fighting the opportunity to be on stage, to go for karaoke, to perform, to join your choir, to hold the microphone, then maybe that's not what you're meant to do. You shouldn't be fighting it so much. There are a lot of students in the school. You hear their voice and they sound well. Every time you give them the microphone, say no, 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 they run. If you assign them a song to perform on that day of the event, they will fall sick and not show up. Maybe you're not meant to do this. Yes, you should have anxiety. You should have the stage fright. But it should be a motivational one, a motivating one, an inspiring one. You know, when you are scared, but you still do something. In fact, the fear, that stage fright is helping you to prepare better and grab the opportunity instead of running from it. If your stage fright makes you run away from performance, that is not an indication that you have stage fright. It's an indication that maybe you're not meant to be doing this. The early times that I started playing piano in church, I would be so scared. At the Saturday night into the Sunday I'll be performing in church, I'll be so scared, yet I can't wait for the Sunday morning to come. It's always like mixed feeling. I have stage fright, but I can't wait. There's also a thought saying, what if it goes right? If I sit on the piano and I play well without making any mistake, it's like I'm winning a trophy in life. For that part of the motivation, I would rather go to play than run away. But if you're in that place where you always run away from every opportunity, in fact, when you cite that where you're going, they might call you and give you the microphone to sing or do karaoke, you avoid going there altogether, you might have to have a second thought if that's what you're meant to do. If you're always afraid to showcase, you produce a beat, you're about to upload 30 seconds of it or 1 minute, you upload and then you delete again. You upload and then you delete again. Two things could be wrong. One is that you don't feel confident in your work, you don't feel you're good enough, and you have to tackle it. Ask yourself, why am I afraid to share my work? Is it sounding so bad? Then improve it. Let me give you one secret. What the world needs from you at the moment is not the best. What the world, your fans and friends need from you at the moment is your best. Is there any difference between both? You don't owe anybody the best. You owe yourself and you owe the world your best. So when you release your content today, what I want to see is the best of your ability as at today. Which is why the content you release tomorrow will be a step ahead of the one you did today. Am I making sense? Because your best for tomorrow should be greater than that of yesterday. If you have that mindset, you're not looking for perfection before sharing your gift. This is all you know. I've been teaching for over 20 years. But every time I go to watch my own video, my lesson, for one reason or the other on YouTube that I've done maybe 10 years ago, I'll be like, oh my goodness. If I took this topic now, I wouldn't have said this. I would have said it better. I would have also mentioned this. Meaning that there's been so much growth. So there's no point regretting how I did it 10 years ago. That was my best at that point. So what the world needs from you is your best for today, not the best. And when you give your best, you want to hear the secret? People judge you based on the fact that he or she has done all that they can do. They can see the honesty of putting your all into it. Even though it's not perfect, they are at that point not judging how good it is, but how well. You know, how good is different from how well. How good this content is different from how well done, how well delivered this content is. People are blind to how good. People want to see that you're giving your best. So go ahead and share what you have right now with the world. It's okay. By tomorrow you will do better. So, do I have any question? In summary, I've given you 4 steps to success in pursuing a career in music. Number 1, make the right choice of career. Number 2, after choosing what you really want to do in the music space, develop yourself in that area. And development is in 3 areas: training and skill acquisition, mentorship, internship, industry, studying the industry, and building relationships. And number 3, promotion. And promotion is in 2 phases: organic promotion and sponsored promotion. And then number 4, regular showcase. Have we got any questions? All right, guys. Nice to meet you. And then see you again next week.